All right, good afternoon, everybody, or good morning, or good evening, or however it is for y'all. Today, we're going to go over on how to make a clock. So, first thing we want to do is we want to go ahead and we want to set out our numbers um, to get here. So, what I need is I need a number one. Now, to get to this, what I did was so that way I'm not having to jump around constantly, rechange everything. I went up here to my text tool at the top and opened up my text dialog box. It came in here and I have it set already. We're just going to use Verdania, but you can choose whatever font that you're going to use. Then you can come down here and maybe we want it to be bold, uh, or bold italic. But for a clock, we want it to be regular. We'll be bold. We'll just go with bold. I set my font size to the standard high, biggest 144, and then I'm going to go ahead and set that as default. And then that way it's going to be here, and then we're going to click apply, and then now all the other numbers we type out are going to be that way. So I have my text tool already typed out. So then we're just going to jump over to another spot, and then we're going to write two, then three, and then let's see, four, five. You don't want to be connected. Six, seven, eight, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So then what we'll do is we'll switch to our selection tool. We'll grab our number one, and we're going to go to our alignment. We're at page, so we're going to go to the top or to the left and to the top. And we have that there. I'm not sure these will all fit in there properly. We'd have to close some of the gapping and spacing with the letters, but we'll try it anyways. And we'll just go with where are we at? We want to go with top, and then whoops, top right side for the 12. And then we'll worry about that here in a minute. Then I just want to grab all these other ones, then hold shift and select my one, and I want to go center. Whoops, because I'm on the page, control Z. I have them all selected still. Come up here, go to last selected now, and go center, and it moves in that way like that. And then from there, with I deselect, scroll out a little bit, and I want to select everything from the 1 through 12 when they're in order. And I want to come down here to the distribute part of my alignment. Right here it says even horizontal centers, and hit distribute, and then it spaced them all out. So and I think that's going to work for us right there. So now that we have all of our letters set and straight, we're good to go. And then while we're just here working with our numbers, let's go ahead and select them all again. We're going to go up here to path, and we're just going to make them all objects to path because we're not going to edit them no more. They'll be like that. Now they're already paths ready to go. So now what we want to do is we want to grab our circle and ellipse tool. When we come out here, we can find the center. It'll snap, but we're not going to worry about that. We're going to hold Control and Shift, and we're going to draw this out till we get there. And let's go to our selection tool, and we'll make our circle our size. But first, what we're going to do is we're going to set it as a fill first with no stroke. Well, actually, no, we want this one to have a stroke. So we're going to hold Shift, select the stroke, and no fill for this ring. And then we'll worry about setting the stroke width and everything when we're done. I'm going to jump into inches real fast because it's just going to be easier. I want to unlock this because I'm not at full circle. As you can see, I'm 13.9 here and 14 something here. So we'll just change that. And 12, tab, 12. There, I'm full circle. Now we can lock it. And while it's selected, we're at our alignment. And we want to go back to page, page, and then I want to be in the center of the page. We'll just work from there. So now that we have that and we're all selected, so what we're going to go ahead and do, because we're going to resize a couple circles here real fast. So I'm going to hit Control D, and then I'm going to hold Shift, and I'm going to drag that in just a little bit, but I'm going to turn my snapping off real fast. So that way we can, and holding Shift, and then I can pull it out and get a little closer to the outside edge there, something like that. Looks about right. And we'll zoom in so you can see better. Sorry about that. And then why I have all that, might as well just go ahead and hit Control D again. And then what we'll do is we'll hold Shift, and we'll just scale this all the way down real small and tiny. And then we're going to come up to our box here, and we're going to switch back to millimeters. Um, on that end, and then right here it's not quite the same, so I'm going to unlock it. And then we'll go ahead and we'll grab that, and we're going to make it, let's just make it 5 millimeters. 5 tab by 5 tab. We have that, and while it's still there, just go ahead and hold shift and select our outside ring. Switch over here relative to last selected. We want center, center, just like that. And then we're going to deselect it, select this ring, make sure it's complete 280.442, and then select outside ring, and just for making sure they're right, deselect. So now what I want to do is I want to go ahead and grab all of this. I have 3 items selected. It says at the bottom here, objects, 3 objects selected. I have all that. I'm going to come over here to my stroke and my fill and stroke tab, and I'm on my stroke style. And as you can see, I'm at a percentage because they're different. And I'll have to change this twice. I have to go to millimeter, and then I'll have to go back and do it again, millimeter for it to take. I'll come here and we'll make it a 0.5 width for our stroke. So we have all that, and that's set. Deselect. Now I want the inside. I don't want all these circles. I just want the little circle, and I want the outside circle. And I'm going to come up here to path, and because of what we'll see, if we go to our layers tool, I have circles. One's a path, but the others are circles. So I have those 2 objects selected, the little center circle for the shaft hole and the outside ring. Those are going to be our main things. This inside ring is only going to be temporarily. So I have those. I want to go up here to path, object to path. So now they're both paths. Then I want to come up here to path, and I want to go difference. And now they're both one. I can deselect. If I select the little circle here, as you see, boom, I scroll out, missed it. All right, come on. Why it's not one to select. Select there, boom. There I have it selected, and as you can see, it has the whole outside ring. If I move in a little bit, you'll see when it moves, and then they move together. Now they are one. So we don't have to worry about those no more. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and turn that path off for now because we don't need it for a little bit. So we'll zoom in here a little bit. Now I want to go to this inside circle. And what I want to do here is I want to give it a fill. And now this time I want to turn the stroke off, holding shift, hit the X over here. Now I have no more stroke. So we can zoom out a little bit so we can see. Now I can come back, and what I can do is I can go ahead and drag over all my letters, or numbers. I got all my numbers, and they're there. And then I can hold shift, and I can select the fill circle. I have that. To come here, I want to go to my alignment and distribution tab again. And this time what I want to do is I want to go to the circular tab. Over here, click circular right here. And I want to be objects, bounding boxes. I want last selected as the circle, ellipse, or arc. And then rotate objects. And I'm going to hit arrange. And they're all there. Now don't worry. They're all right there and set and everything. So what we're going to do is you can come up here, and I already done it, but we can come up here to edit and go to preferences. And then what you want to do is you want to go under behavior, drop down to steps, and then right here rotation snaps every 60. You want to change that to 60 degrees, or you can leave it at 15. You just have to do it 4 times. But I went ahead and I changed mine to 60 degrees like that. We got that. Boom. That's set. And then we close that. Now I can zoom in a little bit, and I can go ahead because I have 2 items selected. If I click one more time on the items, it gives my rotation handle. If I hold control, I can go ahead and rotate that up one time for me because I'm at 60. It would be 4 clips for you until you got to 12 up at 0 at the top there, facing at the top. Now our numbers are all facing the wrong way here at the bottom because it's doing it. So the easy fix that with both items still selected is come over here back to arrange, hit arrange, and just click it. You're going to have to click it like 5, 6, 7 times until you get all the numbers facing the right way that you want them to face. And one more, I think. Yep, right there it is. And so, and we could have lowered the other circle to begin with, but now we can go ahead, they're right. We can deselect. We can select the circle and I'll lower it to the bottom. You can see, but we don't need that circle no more. So what we're going to do is go ahead and we're going to delete it. It's now gone. And then we come back here to our tab, we turn on a ring. We still have a ring, but you notice we're a little bit bigger than that. Don't worry, we're going to come back and fix that. So now these are all still individual. And so what we're going to do is we're going to drag over top of everything. There's 12 objects selected by path, by type of path. So now I want to come up here to path with all of them selected, and I want to go to break apart. And as you can see what happened here. So first thing I want to do is I want to take my 12, my 1 and 2, and I'm just going to go path, union. Same thing here with 11, 1 and 1, grab both, hit that, path, union. Now here, what would be different is if I go ahead and I was to do this now, I'm going to lose stuff. So if I drag over the 1 and 0, hit path, and I do union, as you can see, it just filled in the center of the circle of the O or 0. So we don't want that. So Control Z, we come out. So to fix that, what we need to do is we need to come up here and just drag straight into it and release. And I have two down at the bottom, two objects selected. Now, normally, how you would do this, and I think it might have something to do with because of the array or the order that they're in or something of that nature. But this time, what we do is we go path, and normally I would tell you to go difference, but see what happened? It erased my zero. So Control Z, Control Z. Then what I'm going to do is just drag straight in, two objects selected. So this time I want to go to path, and what I want to do is exclusion. So basically, how this works is union and intersection act the same. Difference and exclusion act the same. But so this time, what I want to do is I want to hit exclusion, and there, knock that out. Then I can drag both 1 and 0 path union, and now they're all one piece again. And then I have to go around and do this to everything. So drag straight down in. 9, I have two objects, path, exclusion. Now on the 8, we'll zoom in so you can see better. On the 8, you'll see when I'll drag straight through. I have three objects. It will not work, um, if I'm correct, with three objects like that. Exclusion. Oh, it did work. Exclusion does. Difference doesn't. So there, we both just learned something. So again, we'll come down here to the 6, drag it through, and then we'll go exclusion, and the same thing with the 4. Drag in there two objects, path, exclusion, and that's it. So now what I want to do is I'll have all these. I'm just going to go ahead and drag over top of everything because we don't want them to move. So we're just going to go drag and select them all, hit path, and then we're just going to make them all one and hit union. Now it's all one. So we don't have to worry about that. So now we can come over back to our layers tab, turn on that outside layer so we can see what's going on. And I'll deselect just so you know, and then we just want to select our numbers. I don't know why it's still calling it a text, but it is. Then I want to hold shift, and I just want to drag in a little bit, just a little bit, something. Control Z. I want to hold Control and Shift because I noticed it was going a little funky on me. There we go, a little bit better. And just drag in a little bit, something on that. You got to watch it because what messes with it is the spacing of the 10, 11, and 12. So it looks like that's like right on the edge, and these are a little bit further off. It'd be the same thing if you put something text right in here. It's like, oh man, it looks off center, but it's not because you have two digits on the 10, and you only have one on the 2, and they should be in line for the most part and are perpendicular with their parallel with each other. Sorry. There. So I have it resized. It's done. Boom. That's it. There's a round clock right there. I can group it and export it if that's what you want to do. Export. I just like using export. I want selection. Export selected only. Check down here. And then I would just go in here and find my path to export to, and we would go from there. Cancel. I don't need to export. I already have a couple. So that's just how you do a simple round clock. I'm going to go ahead and end this here. I'll probably do a couple more using some more unique shapes and things, something like that. I probably won't type out the numbers. I'll just back it, Control Z on back until I get the numbers again, use those and start all over. But I appreciate it. Thank you all for watching.